We've been up all night. There's no one around here. We've had them all lined up against the wall.
If it was a tow bag from around a manor, we'd know.
We'd know.
You know! You fucking know! You wouldn't know the next door fucking neighbours! Now get out there and find them! I'm sick of that fucking sight! Get out of my fucking sight! You little shit! Again!
So, full time at Old Trafford. Manchester United won, Arsenal won in a game we should not have got anything out of against a side that had no damn bench. Yeah. Now can you see why I was so negative in my match preview overall when it came to this fixture? Match reaction, let's get it.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn! God damn! God damn!
What?
Fuck! Fuck!
This team, honestly, this team, this manager, this team. If any game showed you how we fell short in the window, was this one. It was this one. The same Arteta that didn't want to buy a striker. Don't give me that shit. Oh, no, it's the Kroenkes, mate. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. The Kroenkes did not say to Arteta, no, you're not signing a striker because I don't want you to. No, he didn't do that. Arteta was the one that thought, no, I don't need to buy a striker, right? Let me sign Kai Havertz after nearly winning the league. And then, it don't work as a number 8. Whoa! It doesn't work as a number 8. Whoa! Everything, that's what we knew. So he played him as a number 9. Then he nearly won the league, and then he followed it up by, I'm not going to buy an actual number 9. I'm just going to get a washed-up forward that I'm barely going to use on loan from Chelsea. That's what I'll do. Because I nearly won the league, so that's how I'm going to follow it up. Now, we're on the brink of watching Slot win a double. Bare minimum. 15 points clear. It's going to take 5 losses and 5 straight wins for us to catch Liverpool. And we haven't won 5 in a row all season. And then we come up against this sack of shit Man United side. Had no bench. When we strolled up to Old Trafford in August 2011 and had no bench, right? And we had some players out and shit, what happened? We got smoked 8-2. This could have been an Emirates game and the outcome would have been the same at this point. Man United could stroll to the Emirates with nothing and still come away barely marked. That's what could happen. But this is Old Trafford. We know we're never going to go there and do anything like that. The last time we scored 3 goals at Old Trafford was December 1970 when we won 3-1. That was the last time. The last time we scored 3 goals at Old Trafford. Now let me just get on to something now, right? This is a fucking shambles. This, yeah. We should not have got a point from that game. Man United should have won that game. Yeah, this is the same Man United side. I'm not going to count Fulham beating them on penalties, right? Even though we have seen Fulham beat them at Old Trafford before, right? This is the same United side that Crystal Palace strolled up to Old Trafford and won 2-0. 2-0, yeah? This is the same United side that lost 3-1 at home to Brighton. 3-1. This is the same United side that lost 2-0 at home to Newcastle. The same United side that lost 3-0 at home to Bournemouth. Yeah? The same United side that lost 3-2 at home to Nottingham Forest. The same United side that lost 3-0 at home to Liverpool, although that's not embarrassing, and lost 3-0 at home to Tottenham Hotspur. Same United side. Same. For some reason, I don't know what it is. Somebody needs to help me out.
Just help me to understand.
What is it about? I'm being serious now. Is there some voodoo on Old Trafford at this point? Is there some curse? Because I don't know what it is, but it's actually amazing when you think about it. When you think about it, no matter how poor United are, when we go to Old Trafford, right, it's going to be this kind of outcome. Now, last season we won there 1-0, yeah? Even then, the United side were that poor. It's a case of we should stroll there and get revenge from 8-2. We've faced United quite a lot of times, home and away now, where we're looking at it thinking, this is where we avenged the 8-2. This is where we avenged the 8-2. All we need to do is beat them 6-0 and we've avenged the 8-2. You know what I mean? All we need to do is win by 6. You know what I mean? I don't care about scoring 8 past them and they score 2 and we get an 8-2 victory ourselves. No. All we need to do is score by 6 or more to avenge it. And we can't go there and score more than 1 goal and win the game. We can't even do that. We can't score 3 goals there and win. I'm just, at this point, what is it? Since December 1970, what happened? What was it that was like, right, we just can't score past them? You have Martinelli. I thought that was it. I thought that was it. This is where we're going to end that record that United have of when they've been winning at half-time at home, they haven't lost since 1984 against Ipswich, that was. Yeah? This is where we end it. And Martinelli, he was offside anyway. He was offside. But nevertheless, the point of the matter is that ball wouldn't have gone to the back of the net, onside or not. The same Martinelli that we've all been missing. The same Martinelli we're all looking forward to coming back. And he's no different. He's literally no different. He's the same Martinelli that we knew before he got injured. I mean, there's no like, we saw Odegaard come back from injury, and at least for that Forest game, he looked like he'd been rebooted. Didn't get that from Martinelli. These players, I told you all, when we smoked PSV, I knew we wouldn't follow it up. I fucking knew it. And I knew we wouldn't beat Man United. I told you, man. I know this team too well. This is what these men do. Fans were getting fooled because we slapped PSV, who were poor, and didn't know the arm from the fucking legs. A man got fooled by that. Hook, line, and sinker. And they'll do it again. We can't handle when teams park the bus. We can't. I even tweeted during the game, I said, we'll do all this and go 1-0 down. And what happened? Trossard fouls whoever the fuck he fouled. And Bruno Fernandes, who can actually score free kick. Odegaard should take note, by the way. I'd swap Bruno Fernandes for Odegaard right now, right? Bruno Fernandes scored a free kick. Odegaard had a free kick at the same position, couldn't even get it over the wall. And I said he's either going to go sky it or he's going to hit the wall. He cannot score a free kick now. Since 2021 is when he last scored a free kick. How is Bruno Fernandes scoring a free kick like that? How? Because he's good at them. He knows what he's doing. And we've got Raya, right? Who's only 6 feet tall, which is not tall enough to be a goalkeeper in my eyes. That's his positioning is all wrong. The last thing you want to be for a keeper who's short for a keeper is your positioning to be wrong. Now, credit to Raya, because we could have lost this game by 3 or 4, yeah, with the saves that he made, right? Raya's good at saving shots if as long as it's not going too wide away from him. As long as you don't have to stretch for the ball, like really jump to get it, he's good at stopping the ball going in the back of the net. But if that ball is going in that fucking corner, yeah, he doesn't have the reach to get that like that. He doesn't. That free kick, if that's Alisson, Liverpool's Alisson, he saves that. I don't care about the pace of the ball. He saves it. He gets his fucking palm on it and it goes out for a corner. Guarantee it. Watch. Next time Liverpool face a free kick like that, watch Alisson save it. Watch. That ball wouldn't even go in the fucking corner. And Raya couldn't get that. How can your positioning be so wrong and you're not even that tall? How? It's like being offside and you're not a pacey player. How are you getting caught? We get the equaliser and Rice is celebrating. I was pissed off. I didn't even celebrate the goal, but I was pissed off. It's like, why are you celebrating for? This is Man United side. This poor fucking side. And you're celebrating an equaliser. The fuck is he doing? Get the ball, get to the halfway line. Let's go win this game. We're 15 points behind Liverpool, and you're celebrating equalising at Old Trafford. Honestly.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn! God damn! God damn!
Just help me to understand.
Honestly, this you Artetins, y'all are something else, but you can't hide because top 4 is technically at risk now. When you think about it, let's have a look. This is where you motherfuckers can't hide. So unless Arteta's going to win the Champions League, you man can't fucking hide no more. You can't justify this. I don't care about injuries and none of that shit because we were shit before the injuries. Yeah, you can't hide now. So we're 4 points clear of Forest. Chelsea are not too far. They're 2 points behind Forest. Man City, they're 2 points behind Chelsea. Brighton are 1 point behind Man City. Aston Villa are 1 point behind Brighton. Bournemouth and Newcastle to play tomorrow, are 1 point behind Aston Villa. So you can see how it's getting tight. Yeah? In my opinion, top 4 is at risk. I think I said this a couple of games back anyway. And by the way, we haven't won a Premier League game since we beat Leicester. And I questioned where's our next win coming from? Where? The only place I can see our next win is Everton. Only because I think they'll just take the foot off the gas a little bit because they really don't want Liverpool to win league and they're hoping that we can do something. Otherwise, we're not beating Chelsea next week. We're not. The reason why we're not is because Liverpool aren't playing in the Premier League next week. Because they've got a cup final. You know, cup final we bottled against Newcastle. You know, we didn't have the bottle to do anything in 2 fucking legs. You know, Liverpool can have, this is what I mean, Liverpool can have the night off. It don't matter, because we won't do anything. But there's no point in me talking about that, because the league was done for me since August. That draw against Brighton at home told me everything I needed to know of what I'm going to see this season. Told me everything I needed to know. And this manager just does nothing but prove me right. And it's sickening. They do nothing but prove me right. Right? I'm not even putting these on to be flashy, but the light's blinding me right now, right? These men do nothing but prove me right. Every single time. We're not beating Chelsea next week. We're not beating Fulham after that. I think it's Everton after that, and then Crystal Palace at home. I think it is. I think could be no. We've got Brentford at home at some point. This is sickening. This is sickening. I don't know why I'm stressing really, because I knew that it'd get like this, but it's when you get proven right, and it's like you want to be proven wrong. I know we ain't going to catch Liverpool, but when we come up against a United side like this, you 3 points is what you want. You want 3 points in every single game. But come on now. That United side, we should not have even won that game. Drawn that game. We should have lost that game. United should have won that game. I don't know how many times we need to go over this, because what will happen if United are poor again like this next season, right? And we are in okay form, bare minimum. The same cycle is going to happen. Oh, I think this time we'll beat United by about 5 and 6, mate. Every single time. Can people not see why anybody, well, no, I won't say anybody, but people like me look at this fixture and be like, at Old Trafford, we're either going to lose, or if we win, it's only going to be 1-0. We don't win with ease at Old Trafford for a start. But the best United you will see this season is when they play us. Their next game, who's their next game? Is it West Ham or something? No, Leicester. I think it's Leicester. Oh, they're away to Leicester. I think next week. They'll probably go and lose that now. They'll go King Power and probably lose now. You know what I mean? Anyways, let me get into your comments. Manish Fapper says, if I said your name right, Faper, I'm not sure. He says, yo. Andy says, Julian Van Cam is out and it's a joke. You know what? I might just, because I drove home and I haven't looked at anything. So I might just put it on. And just hear what he has to say. Michael Thomas says, Bottom Pat, Office Arteta, Miracle Moreno, Arteta family and I, brother. They better win Champions League or buy. That's all we've got. All we've got is Champions League now. We're not going to be able to cope with, let's just say that we it's Atletico that go through. Oh my days. I would rather Real Madrid. The only reason why is because you will at least see attacking from both sides. Atletico will stink the gaff. Because they'll do it. They'll know how to do it better as well. But I'm not saying this thinking that, Real Madrid is some pushover, because they're not. Five years after Arteta brought a striker. Yeah. Do we think he's going to buy one in the summer now? Let's hope that the who's the guy? What is he? The sporting director or whatever. Let's hope he can get us something. You're lucky BTEC Haaland is the trashiest striker in Prem history. Yeah, that's another thing. See, if they kept Xerxes on, I wonder if he would have put that away, because he was more threatening than what BTEC Haaland was. You know what I mean? They did us a favour, if anything, taking Xerxes off to bring on BTEC Haaland. News on Sports says shit show as predicted. I predicted a 2-0 loss. Right? The only thing I got right is that there was 2 goals in this game. Man United are absolute horrible to watch. I can't believe how you didn't win. I can believe it. This is us. This is us. Right? Said to my mum earlier. Yeah. Right? Said to her earlier. United could have a virus going through the main players. Yeah. And the senior players could be out. And they could get 5 and 6-year-olds as their starting 11 against us, and we still will go Old Trafford and not get much of anything. And if we do, it'll be a scrapey 1-0 win. You know what I mean? I'm literally adamant. United could play the under 18s. They could have started all under 18s, and if we'd have won the game, it would have been 1-0. If we'd have won the game, otherwise, it'd be a draw where we should have lost, or a loss. Pat the Panther says, we're just a spicy Aston Villa. We are. We are, my bro. We are. In fact, no, not even that. They've at least got a Champions League to their name. We're gonna have to come with something different from that. We're a Red Tottenham. That's all we are. Red Tottenham. That kit you wore tonight, absolutely horrendous. I don't know why we wore that one. It's usually whenever we always wear our away kit at Old Trafford, we don't wear the third one. We never wear the third one. I don't know why we did that. I don't know if because I know United are protesting and they said about wearing black, like the fans, but are we taking it literally and thinking, oh, well, we don't want to support it? Is that what we were doing or something? Because anytime we've had a black kit, we wear it. It's not like we faced him in the FA Cup at Old Trafford and we wore the black one and then we thought, well, this time we'll just mix it up and wear a blue one. I don't know why we wore that one, the Monsters Inc. one. I don't know why we did that. Don't be fooled by the name of Man United. Technically, they're a relegation level team. This draw is like a loss to second place Arsenal. Yeah. Rod Foster says, wear pants, bruv. Yeah. Chelsea next week, they're 6 points behind you guys. If you lose, you will risk top 4 position. Yeah. We won't beat Chelsea. We ain't beating Chelsea. Top 4 is at risk. And if we don't get it, we don't get it. You know what I mean? You'll have to try and win the Champions League, won't you? But top 4 is at risk. These Artetins can't escape that. What can I say? Well, they'll try and use injuries. But I'm starting to see that even people are looking at it like, even with these injuries, surely you should be, you know what I mean? People losing patience with him. Emmanuel Adebayor came out and said about patience, like he's losing it now. It's like, fam, nah, you can't keep going on like this. You have to either win or go. Martinelli ain't it. Martinelli right now is only it if a team's very poor, like PSV poor. You know what I mean? Martinelli probably would have had a field day against PSV the other night. Look, pretty much our starting 11 did, and then we come Old Trafford and did this. Told you we'll follow up. That's what we do. Anybody that got fooled by that PSV result, you're naive. I bet you PSV will beat this Man United team. Oh yeah, Man United won't go PSV. You bring that Man United side to PSV right now, they won't win 7-1. You know what I mean? Their biggest win in all comps was what, 7-0 against Barnsley. You know what I mean? That goes to show you where they are. I'm too wounded. Season's over already. What a major embarrassment. Yeah. Bruno can play ball. We should swap Odegaard for Bruno Fernandes. Odegaard pillow foot. I don't get what's going on with these, man. UG Gabriel says sell Trossard and Moreno. They're falling off a cliff. Falling off a cliff. Literally now, we're playing better football in the Champions League only because the teams haven't worked us out to the level that the Premier League teams have. But can you see why I don't want an English side in the Champions League now? We're out straight away. We're out straight away. If we get past any of them Madrids, right? We just got to hope it's PSG, or Club Brugge that make it to the semis. We'll have a more of a fighting chance then. But both English sides are on our side of the table. There's no way Jose Enrique are we getting past them. Just I played like he slept 3 hours last night after drinking pints all day along with his friends. This is what we're dealing with. It's going to get a lot more painful yet. Yeah. What a plum. Showed him the whole goal, the midget. If you sack Arteta tonight, you can get a new manager bounce and actually do something in the Champions League. And that's what I begged for last season. Before the knockouts. Before the Porto game, I said, if we can get rid of him now and just get somebody else in. You know what I mean? We've seen Chelsea do it. Twice. You know what I mean? But this sorry ass toxic positive fan base, they don't see it that way. They've literally watched their rivals sack the manager, and an intern comes in and then wins them the Champions League. They've literally seen that, and yet when it comes to Arsenal, oh no, we shouldn't do that. That's not us. Fuck off, man. You know what I mean? It's just bollocks. Mine comes back from injury. The thing is, Martinelli came back and Odegaard came back from injury, and look what he did against Forest. You know what I mean? That was his best game this season for us. You know what I mean? Martinelli couldn't even give us that. But it was no surprise that he had to be brought on at Old Trafford. You know what I mean? Can you see what I'm saying about Arteta's management now? You know what I mean? Martinelli essentially came back prematurely. Yeah? And a game like this, of this magnitude, he threw him on. He didn't put Sterling on, but we know how shocking Sterling is. But I'm saying about the context of the situation. You know what I mean? Martinelli had an injury, right? He threw him back straight away. You know what I mean? Sterling was on the bench. He's going to do the same thing to Saka. He's going to do the same thing. He's going to throw him on in a game like this. This is what he'll do. Arsenal have no real ambition anymore. Look. Even Everton know how Arsenal have no chance of winning the league, so they won't take the foot off the gas. Probably, yeah. I mean, I won't blame. I'm not asking Everton or begging Everton to take the foot off the gas, but I won't blame them if they thought, fuck you, Arsenal, we're just going to smoke you because you've given Liverpool the league title, and so be it. If that happens, so be it. We've got Arteta for another 2 years. Yep. This is what I mean. We're stuck with this. And we're stuck with fans justifying it because we nearly won the league. We're stuck with this. United had Ten Hag, right? And all he did was win trophies. But because of what he was doing in the league, they tapped out. They couldn't even handle that. They better pray Amorim delivers. You know what I mean? Because I'm telling you right now, finishing second, being a nearly team and having a manager that you know is a virus to the club more than anything. Yeah. Sorry. This finishing second was just a sugar rush. That's all it was. You know what I mean? Ate something sugary. Right? You eat something like this and you get and it tastes really nice. Tastes really good. Makes you feel good. But it ain't healthy. That's what Arteta is. You know what I mean? Gave fans the feels, but in reality, it's not healthy. It's like eating a greasy burger. Yeah? or pizza. You know it's not healthy, but you like the taste of it for what it does for you. That's what Arteta is to these Artetings. You know what I mean? They think they're just seeing the feel good bit of finishing second. But we know how healthy it's not. Calfew is another defensive liability. Yes, he is. He's better going forward. You know what I mean? Maybe Arteta should chop and change and throw Calfew up front. Maybe he should do that. You did say last year, YG, it will fall off and we'll be shit. I did say it. You know what I mean? I said this. I said the season City don't win the league, we won't win it. And we should, but we won't. And we'll probably fall off with them. I said that in one of my other videos. But I said it. How did I know this? Oh, well, I'll tell you how I knew. Because of the manager that we have and his decision making. And then lo and behold, we come into the season, he still doesn't buy what we need, right? Pep falls off a cliff. Liverpool, out of nowhere, just walking the league now. It's funny how since David Coote came out with that thing, it's almost like the PGMOL are turning around saying, you know what, we can't make this look obvious anymore. We'll have to, anything that happens to Liverpool now, it's almost like the Liverpool situation, yeah, with David Coote. It's almost like somebody was accused of being racist, yeah, and there's a big hoo-ha about it, and now they're the friendliest person towards people of color. That's what this is. That's what it feels like. It feels like now that the PGMOL being that guy, I was accused of racism, and now I need to prove how racist I'm not. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be friendly towards you, even more than normal. That's what it feels like. Don't you think it's weird how since that it's I mean Liverpool were top anyway, but it just seems I don't want to say that the PGMOL are trying to get Liverpool to win the league, but when people are seeing certain shit, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, how do you defend against it? How do you say no? It's not that. You know what I mean? It just seems goofy to me. It just seems goofy. They're getting bare penalties. People are making speculations. So and so should have been sent off. So and so should have been sent off. With some of the shit that I've seen Liverpool get away with, I know we wouldn't have got away with them. We couldn't even get away with kicking a fucking ball away. You know what I mean? We couldn't get away with that. We saw Liverpool get away with it though. A week or a day or so after when Rice got sent off and Trossard got sent off. You know what I mean? So that people are seeing that and they're thinking, well, since this David Coote thing, it's almost like they need to prove they don't hate Liverpool. You know what I mean? And it seems like now, when you're seeing red cards that should be and whatever for Liverpool and you're seeing it's not given now, it just seems to me like, again, the analogy that I used, a person was accused of racism, right? And now they need to prove how racist they are not. So what they're going to do is they're going to be super friendly to people of color. That's what it feels like to me. That Heaven looked decent. He did. It doesn't take much to look decent against Arsenal. You know what I mean? It doesn't take much. Warren says, another evening, another game, also drop points. Raya saved us, more embarrassment at the end. The West is yet to come down in the Champions League. See, now you remember why I got my PTSD for Old Trafford. You see why now? I told man about these players when it comes to Old Trafford. I just knew. I just knew. Peppermint Freedom says Arteta ain't that guy. No, he's not. Wasted 5 years. Just like Spurs were Poch. That wasted generation. This is just another one. But Arteta's still going to be here. So unless he does the right thing and walks, You know what I mean? The whole process went off with a bang but a whimper. And the thing is, like, he didn't sign a striker in his in his time here, really. I mean, you could say Jesus, because he did sign him and play him as a number 9. But he's not an out and out. We know he's more of a right winger more than anything, really. He plays better on the wing, but he spent £65 million on forwards for his whole time here. Or at least for the last few seasons. And this is how he's going to go out. Imagine you go into a job, you go into you manage a football club, and you have like your 5 phases deep, and you haven't done what you're supposed to do in terms of getting what you need to try and get yourself over the line. Because some might say, imagine if Arteta decided to buy a out and out clinical goal scorer, what would he have done? What could he have achieved? You know, if we signed a Gyökeres type striker or an Isak type striker or something like that, maybe if he built around Aubameyang, you know what I mean? But no, he didn't want to do it because he thought, I can do what Pep does. You know what I mean? It's like somebody trying to learn something too quickly, and he's like, well, you need to learn this first. That's what Arteta was doing. And Arsenal was a guinea pig. Arsenal was a fucking guinea pig. The worst thing is, I know Arsenal aren't getting rid of Arteta. The only way Arteta goes is if he does a decent thing and walks. Yeah. But if you don't get top 4, fans will be turning. You know what I mean? Top four is everything to this club. But then again, if he doesn't get top 4, he'll be given more money to spend to get back in it. So we're fucked either way. We're fucked either way. The only thing really now that can make any difference is fan protests. The fans need to act now, but the fans won't. You know what I mean, which football club was it? Was it Liverpool, where the walked out fans were walking out when the walkout at kickoff? I can't remember who did that and what they were doing it for. You know what I mean? I'm looking at stuff like that. It has to get to a point now. But again, the cream egg effect. Imagine telling somebody about, you know, you're warning them about how bad sugar is and everything like that, but you keep waving this in the face. You're just going to eat it every time, aren't they? They're going to enjoy what's inside it. 5-1 and 7-1 are the worst things to happen to this club. I blame the players for not downing tools. Well, with the 7-1, because it was in the Champions League, we'll see how we follow that up in the Champions League. We'll see how we get on against either of Madrid. The 5-1, though, yeah, the 5-1, I said it, it's the worst thing that we did this season. The worst thing we did. Justified not getting a striker for a start. I'd have Bruno. Yeah, at least he can. At least he does something. He can score a free kick. We could do with somebody who can score a free kick. I don't know when the next time Odegaard's going to score a free kick. I'd rather Rice took that free kick. I reckon if Rice took that free kick, he'd at least got it over the wall. Bare minimum. Probably would have skied it, but he at least would have got it over the wall. Or he'd have more chance of getting it over the wall than Odegaard. I want us to forfeit the second leg against PSV to save us playing 180 minutes against Madrid. All we can do is just play, you know, start Kieran Tierney, start Jorginho, start Kivior, start Neto, and you can start Sterling for that game. You know, we can change around. You know what I mean? So, you know, we can afford to lose 4-0. Sell Odegaard. We should get Wirtz, but we ain't getting him. That's a dream. Henry said, set you guys up to support a loser team to come in the future. Well, Henry set us up. What did Henry say? I might be missing something. We ain't getting past any of the Madrid teams, no chance. No. You know what I mean? Because they ain't poor. In all fairness, the 7-1 is just it's just a flirt. That's all it is. You know what I mean? It will do all that and go out in the next round. So yeah. But we base our team around, oh God, I ain't good enough. Nope, it's not. He was quiet in the second half. Just did a lot of soft shoeing in the first half, but yeah, he was quiet in the second half. I mean, we're lucky that we didn't lose the game. But we deserve to lose that game. We should have lost 4-1. Arteta is getting riled. I think Berta appointment has got to him. Well, if he's going to hound him out the club, I'm all for it. This is a woeful campaign and it's nothing but failure. Damn right. Arteta won the FA Cup as a new manager bounce. Why wouldn't another manager do it now that you're a better overall team? Yeah. Why couldn't somebody walk in and win as a Champions League? I mean, hopefully Berta breathes against Arteta to the Cronkies. I would take Martinelli out of Barca. He would do very well under Flick. But I would recommend going for Simeone or Inzaghi. As long as he gets Arteta out of here. You know what I mean? As long as he gets him out of here. You guys need to be in all of your attackers besides Saka. You need a fresh front three. Yeah. AC Milan were desperate to get Berta's but conditions to join. Can't wait to see Arteta versus Berta, very feisty character. Well, apparently this guy, he signed. He was the reason a few teams signed a striker and they won the league the year after, something like that. I think I can't remember what club now. There was like a couple of clubs where Berta was the reason that they signed a certain striker, whoever it was. This team signed a striker because of him, and then they won the league. This team signed a striker because of him, they won the league. This team signed a striker because of him, they won the league. And now he's coming into Arsenal recommending a certain striker. And now it's like, oh, maybe he might win the league with us. Well, we'll have to see. You know what I mean? Unai Emery came into Arsenal and we thought, well, he's a Europa League specialist, got us to a final, and the players bottled it. You know what I mean? Let's need to bring Simeone's main signing. Striker. Yeah, analogy. Probably about my Liverpool one, wasn't it? Being hands and with a piece of business ambassador. Let's see. Am I getting names mixed up? Arteta's poison honey. Tastes good, kills you after a while. Yeah. That's what the fans are that's what they're going through. The cream egg effect. It's that. But it's a point gained. Well, to be fair, I don't even think the toxic positives would go that far. They might say it just for cup, but even they know that we should have been smoking Man United. They know that. You've been saying that City will fall off and we'll fall off too. Yep, I've been saying it, because I knew it would happen. I knew it would happen because I know we're keeping Arteta. You know what I mean? I just hate the fact that I'm getting proven right. You need to collab with Matty again. Yeah, we should try and make something happen. but Simeone plays negative football. But what if we do with Germany? Yeah. But Conte's toxic, but Mourinho's washed. Tuchel's sacked at Chelsea. That's what they'll say. And yet, all these managers are winners. So, with their logic, what's Arteta doing at Arsenal? You know what I mean? What's Arteta doing at Arsenal with their logic? You know what I'm saying? Liverpool are the luckiest team. They've had luck on their side quite a lot this season, and you know how long it will last. We don't know. We don't know if it will go through to next season, whether they'll retain the league title or not. But you know, they're just this time round, because last season they were hit with injuries and everything like that. But this time round they've been blessed, and yeah, it's just maybe one day we'll get that and we'll walk the league like this the way they're doing. But yeah, Chelsea are worse than Arsenal. He's top 5 this year. Oh yeah, he's top 5. Yeah, but Chelsea will beat us. Liverpool still have easily been the best team this year. At the canter where shambles. Yeah, Liverpool, they have been the best team. They've had their games where it's like, you know, the suspect, but otherwise, you know, lose to Chelsea has to walk. Yeah, she has to walk anyway. I take Bruno over Odegaard in a heartbeat. At least he shoots. I'd rather have an overconfident than a ghost like Odegaard. Yeah. I've said sacking Arteta isn't the answer. Of course he'd say that. I mean, of course he'd say that. Shushing the worst United team in history. Yeah, it was embarrassing that. Number points on you may be the answer. Yeah, like these men will do anything to justify keeping Arteta. They'll do anything to justify keeping him. Fans will do more than just protest if we want. We'll need to do more than just protest. Gotta stop going to games or buy merch. You see, the buy merch part, they ain't gonna do that. In case y'all haven't noticed, I haven't been wearing no Arsenal merch since beginning of this year when we lost. I think it was the first leg against Newcastle or the FA Cup game. I think it was the FA Cup game. No, I'm not wearing. No, you're not going to see me in an Arsenal top until Arteta's gone or we win a trophy. So, how long do you think that will be? That's up to you guys. But yeah, why wasn't Declan Rice shushing the West Ham? The prick. We had a serious record signing ballers. Well, we'll have to see. Bruno's better than Justin Bieber Odegaard. But anyways, there's quite a lot of comments in here because I want to get onto what Julian said actually. You, by the way, why you predicted usually for this game again? I just refused and did not want to believe we'd go and lose this game. We didn't draw and still worst case. And the thing is, we should have lost this game. You know what I mean? So that shows as to why I thought we'd lose. Because it doesn't matter how shit United are. It doesn't matter. And this is what Arsenal fans need to understand. This is why you'll never see me going to an Old Trafford game and say we're going to win 5-0 because United are poor. We haven't scored 3 goals there since December 1970. You know what I mean? So any win I predict at Old Trafford is going to be 1-0 until they show me that, no, we can do better than that. I mean, on reset you will by making you fall in love with Arsenal, who will not are. Yeah, I get you now. Simeone and Berta butt heads off. Oh well. Arteta ain't gonna be able to handle him. So yeah, maybe this is a sign. Maybe this is the start of something good. Get Arteta out, right, and get somebody in that's just gonna, you know, listen to the guy. You know what I mean? Big up to you. Arteta's a loser. So are you for backing him. But anyways, let me see what Julian said, because I don't know what's been said. So what I'm gonna do is go on AFTV. Man United play like Ipswich. So what I'm gonna do is I don't wanna show necessarily the thing because copyright. So the title race is over now, Mikel. Thank you. Let me just share my screen so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Let's play it.
One to Manchester United here at Old Trafford. I asked the last fan, I probably asked most fans this, does it feel like a loss? Does it feel like a loss to you?
No, because I still have respect the fact this is Old Trafford. It's an away game at historically one of the greatest teams.
I hate when people do this. Just oh my dick! What the fuck is this? Odegaard T. I literally just seen that. Oh, you could not make this up. Anyways, let's not get distracted, guys.
In Premier League history, probably it is the greatest team in Premier League history.
Remind me of the energy you had coming up here in the road trip. Did you?
This dick sucking thing that man do, where it's like, they don't want to get straight to the point of the fact that this side was so poor, and we're poor for not even being able to beat them. So he just wants to just drop the draws and give them some.
Predict that it would win by quite a few clear goals?
I predicted that we would win 2-0 or 0-2 to be exact. And when you look at it, we should have done well. We should have done before the game.
I was going to say, because if you're watching a game, you'll be saying they probably had the upper hand.
Yeah, but if you look to the beginning of the game, and I've had this quite often, there seems to be only one team that can win the game. And it reminds me a little bit, I was looking back at other games that are similar, and there's been a lot of games that have been similar. And one that comes to mind as the most similar was Ipswich at home. And I thought Manchester United were very similar to Ipswich at home, in as much as they didn't seem to have any confidence whatsoever in their own abilities.
United weren't doing anything in that first half. They were quite happily to let us have the ball. They knew looking at our players. They thought, let's rely on counter-attack, try and get a goal and sit back. But then they scored a free kick and that changed everything. That's what they did. That's what happened. It was when we drew against Brighton in August for me, when Rice got sent off for kicking the ball away. I knew from then. But anyway,
It weren't in any way reflective of what I said before, the fact that they are the best Premiership team in the history of the Premier League. They seemed a team devoid of good players, good management.
Yeah.
But the game changed. And what's also indicative of the way that Arsenal played is that I seem to be getting a lot of deja vu at the moment, because there's been lots of teams that play in that way. Ipswich were one of them, but there's been countless teams that Arsenal played against, mainly at home, but away as well. And today, Man United played in exactly that way, and Arsenal still didn't have the answer to be able to defeat that way of playing.
So is that making Amrin a bad coach or a good coach? Because if you look at Arsenal and you think, well, I know how to beat them, just go on low block and make it frustrating for them, and that's what they've done. So you're saying, bad players, bad manager, but if I'm being honest, they got it right today. I know they didn't win, but they're probably walking away happy with that point.
So what Amorim's done is what pretty much every manager does when they have an inferior team to Arsenal. So what I'm saying is Arsenal are a superior footballing team, and the tactics that Amorim put in was the tactics of a weak, I don't want to use any sort of too derogatory team, but too derogatory comment, but pathetic teams that come and all they do is just defend. That's all they've got to.
So why can't we break them down then? Why is it that we can't break that down? It's all good saying, oh, he knows his team's inferior. Why can't we break that down? That's what I want to know. Why are we that shit that we can't break that down? Look how many teams have beaten Man United this season. Look how many teams have gone Old Trafford and beaten Man United this season. And yet we can't even we can't even go in front at Old Trafford. Jesus Christ.
It's all they've got to offer.
Okay, so a lot of the teams that we played that have done low blocks are pathetic to you, basically.
Well, it's pathetic as in they're not willing to come and play football. And you wouldn't expect that.
Is that not good game? Is that not intelligence from the manager?
It's intelligent when you understand and you not expect, but you accept that what you've got to play with is something inferior. And what Amorim did was accept, and fair play to him, he accepted that United are an inferior footballing team to Arsenal. And you wouldn't expect that of a Manchester United team, especially at home, with all the infrastructure.
But this season, they're sitting in 14th. So there's context to that. There's context that they're at the bottom half of the table, that sometimes they the managers understanding where they are at the moment. So that's why they are seen as inferior. Because I know some.
If Amorim gets his Man United side going, believe you me, he's not going to keep playing like that against us. He's going to get his team coming at us, fam. But why can't we break them down when they're at their most vulnerable? Why can't Arteta coach his players to do that?
Some fans we watch is getting rattled, but that is the case at the moment for United. But they come out of a point, and if I'm honest, you're talking about all of this, but they had the better chances today.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, not only is it
a worry for Arsenal fans.
Not only are they seen as being inferior, but as you quite rightly said, the league doesn't lie, and the league puts them in 14th place.
And we couldn't beat them. They sat at 14th, and we couldn't beat them. We couldn't go to Old Trafford and do a number on them. We should have lost to a team that's 14th in the table.
So everything I've said before for the game stands true. Right. But Arsenal's performance wasn't good. Yeah. It wasn't good because we're not able to counter this low block, which should be the least we could do. Even, Liverpool yesterday, I watched their game and they encountered something similar. They had Southampton that were clinging on for dear life. You looked at that game before and the positions of Liverpool and the positions of Southampton. I don't think there's been a game in the Premier League with that wider division of points in the last 5 years. You'd expect Liverpool to batter them like 8, 9, 10-0. Yeah. But they didn't. But what they were able to do was eventually break down what they were faced with. And that's something that we haven't been able to do today. And we haven't been able to do it countless times this season. And that's...
Yeah, and that's the problem, isn't it? Why Arteta is getting us playing the same fucking way every time. At least when Liverpool was struggling against Southampton, they managed to force 2 penalties out of them, man. Because Liverpool kept going at them. We do this sideways bullshit that we keep doing.
That's the reason why we're not winning the league. Not because we don't have the better players, because when teams that are inferior to us, which is pretty much every team in the Premier League,
bar
Liverpool, because Liverpool are ahead of us, play against us in that way, we're not able to effectively combat that way of football. And that is the issue. And what happened on Tuesday night at PSV was we scored an early goal. and then that team had to come out and attack, and we took advantage. But if we've got to score an early goal every time, then that's not going to happen every time. So we surely must have, a plan B to be able to break these break these low blocks down.
Whose responsibility does that lie on then? Who's blame? Where'd you put the blame for that? Because you're right. I'm getting frustrated watching Arsenal. You said it feels like deja vu. I'm getting frustrated coming to watch games where we are just waiting for us to do something up front, to do something in attack, and it's just waits, and the other team score, and then we're under more pressure, and these things happen. So whose fault is that? We haven't been able to break down a low block pretty much all season, really.
Yeah. What we saw on Tuesday was we have the ability still to score a lot of goals.
But PSV wasn't playing the style that you just spoke about for the past 6-7 minutes.
Exactly. So if you can't blame the players, then there's only one person to blame, which is the manager and the trainers. So
or the board or the owners.
Well, no, I'm not blaming the board or the owners, because the owners you can put everything down to the owners, because the owners put everyone in place. So you could blame them for absolutely everything that goes wrong. But if you blame them for everything that goes wrong, you've also got to credit them for everything that goes right. In this instance, when you're looking at what's gone wrong, for me, what's gone wrong is the style of football against that low block. Yeah. And so then it would have to come down to Arteta. But I'm not going to say too many negative things about Arteta because of where he's brought us to.
And that's it right there. That's it right. No, fuck this. I can't be asked. That's it right there. I'm not going to say too much things because the Queen knows me. Again, this is like being in an abusive relationship and you're getting your ass kicked. But because she can give you an orgasm, you'll accept it. You accept it. Because you're still busting her up at the end of the night. That's what this is. That's what we're filled with. You know what I mean? Accountability needs to be put to the highest level to the manager. He chose not to get a striker. He said, "Nah, I don't want a striker. Don't want that." He chose that. We can say, right? I've seen him do it. We can say that. But all this, I'm not going to say too much because Arteta's brought us here. That's the problem. That's exactly the fucking problem, right? But I'm gonna leave it here because I've been. This is probably my longest match reaction this season so far. But yeah. Anyways, like the video, share the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, follow all the socials. The link is in the description below. I need to chill out. Might even eat a couple of these, just to calm me down or something. You know what I mean? I might just take a dose of what can I call it? What should I call it? Runners up sugar or something like that. You're getting the feeling, but it's not healthy, but it makes me feel all right. You know what I mean? He's figuring out in merchants. Anyways, big up to all you that came in the chat and stayed in here. In fact, I'll give you man a Don DeMarco. But yeah, it was more points dropped in the Premier League yet again. I haven't won since Leicester. Yeah, against Leicester. That's the last time we won, which is what, end of February.
What the fuck, y'all?
That's where we are. But anyways, I'll catch you guys for the match preview for the second leg against PSV. I mean, whoa. What's going to happen in the second leg? I mean, we're 7-1 up. And then it's going to be a match preview for the Chelsea game. The same day that Liverpool got a cup final. Yeah. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.
And if anyone wants to have a come at me,
come and find me. I'm in the car park now.
Because I'm a black belt in karate.
Stop the cap.
Come and have a pop.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.